Hey, welcome to the channel, Living Your Best Life. Dr. T here. Wanted to do a video a little different. If you watched any of my other videos, I've mostly been focusing on health and fitness and diet, nutrition, that type of thing. But my goal, if this channel, eventually when it takes off, is I want to focus on, like I said, living your best life. And that, to me, means everything from that part to mental health and happiness in pursuit of that. So that's kind of my goal in today's video to talk about. So this is something that's becoming wildly popular, and I got interested in it about maybe 6 months ago, is the idea of living abroad. Specifically, I'm looking at either Thailand or the Philippines, and I think I'm leaning more towards the Philippines right now over the next few months, probably making that transition permanently. Right now, I'm currently in the US. I live in Florida. All right, so let's talk about why would I want to do that, or why is that becoming so popular? One, honestly, the U.S. is just, specifically Florida, is becoming just ridiculous cost of living to actually live day-to-day life. I make a very good living, by no means wealthy, but I'm by no means poor. My rent, just to give you an idea, here in Florida is $2,500 US a month for a one-bedroom place. And yes, it's a great place and a great neighborhood, but $2,500 a month. That's more than most people make in most countries in an entire month. Substantially more in the Philippines, where rent is $300, $400, $500 a month. In Thailand, you can get $500 a month place on the beach for $500. So yeah, most of your salary here goes towards rent or mortgage. Mortgages are ridiculously expensive. I live in Tampa. To buy a regular residential home in Tampa, you're looking at $750,000 to $1 million to buy anything halfway decent. $500,000 for a little townhouse or a condo. It's just getting insane. So that brings me to my next part, happiness, right? For the majority of my life, like most people in the US, I've worked a lot. Earlier in my life, I worked extremely long hours. 50, 60-hour work weeks were very common, and that's just what people do in America, right? You work yourself to death for 50 years, and then you get some shitty retirement at the end of it, and a pat on the back, and a crappy going away party, and yeah, thanks for working here, and they have your position filled 2 weeks after you're gone, and then just talk bad about you when you're gone anyway. So in my mind, work is work. It pays the bills. I'm fortunate I actually do have a job that I like here, so that's not really the issue. The issue for me is just quality of living, right? Is that I don't want to retire when I'm 70 years old, 65 years old, and then travel the world, right? When you're almost too old to enjoy it. Honestly, I wish I would have done this 10 years ago. But like most people, you're scared, honestly, to pull that trigger, so to speak, and it's a big transition for a lot of people living in the West or Western type cultures, the UK, Canada, etc., where you're giving up a sure thing. You have a good job, maybe you have a nice house, but I think, like a lot of people, you feel that day-to-day groundhogs type mentality, right? You get up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, you go to work till 5, 6 o'clock, maybe you hit the gym, and you come home and you do it all over again. You do that, like I said, for 40 years, and you're pretty miserable, and you hope to go on a 2-week vacation a year, and you're real excited about that if you get to do that, because vacations from the US to anywhere are really expensive, and $5,000, $10,000. Most people don't have an extra 10 grand a year to go blow on an extravagant vacation, because their cost of living is absolutely enormous. So, and think about it this way: you spend more time at work in the US than you do doing anything else, especially if you count the commute times. You work an 8 to 10 hour a day work day, maybe you drive 45 minutes to work each way, you got a 12-hour day. You're there. You spend more time at work than you spend with your spouse, your significant other. You spend more time at work than you do sleeping for the most part. You spend more time there than anything else. So it can really affect your overall life, your quality of life, your happiness. Um, and honestly, I just don't want to do it anymore. It's not that I don't want to work, because I will do something to make some money. I need some sort of income, even if I do live abroad. Luckily, I do have some income opportunities that I can use. So, yeah, specifically, I got interested in, like I said, originally I was looking at Thailand. Seems to be very good quality of living, low cost of living for rentals, food, etc. A lot of Americans move there, expats from all over the world kind of migrated to Thailand. And then recently I started doing research on the Philippines, a lot like Thailand in that aspect, but seems to be less party oriented. That's not really my thing. I don't drink really. Very, very, very rarely. On occasion I'll have a drink, but the party life isn't really what I'm looking for. So Thailand might not be my cup of tea. So let me know if any of you guys, or maybe have already made that move. I've never been to either. I've traveled overseas, never to that part of the world. So it's kind of going to be new for me. So that's kind of my next phase that I'm looking at. Hopefully in the next couple months, I'll be transitioning out of the U.S. and getting out of here and seeing if I could live my best life, seeing if that is living my best life overseas. Maybe I think it is for a lot of people. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of great resources out there for this type of stuff. Everything I've seen, nobody really regrets it. You don't see a lot of videos where someone is packed up and moved to Thailand or the Philippines and then has major regrets. And honestly, if you do, hell, you only live once, you come back, right? It's not the end of the world, right? That's how I look at everything. If you go and it's a total train wreck and you're miserable overseas, just not really your cup of tea, then you save up some money and you move back to wherever it is you came from, or maybe choose a different destination. That's kind of one of my other logic thinking points, is that because it's so cheap to live in the Philippines or Thailand, I'm going to be able to travel a lot from there and kind of use that as my cheaper home base. And then I could travel all throughout Southeast Asia, Australia. Always wanted to go to New Zealand, lots of places that I haven't been, I really want to travel to. And when your cost of living is so low and you could make some sort of salary commensurate with Western salaries working remotely, you can do that very easily. Where, like I said, here in the U.S., when you're paying $2,500, $3,000 a month in a rental payment or a mortgage payment, $1,000 car payment, and so on and so on and so on, you have to be making $150,000, $200,000 a year here in the U.S. to be able to afford those things and then be able to travel on top of it. Most people just don't make that kind of money here. So like I said, you save up and hope to go on a weekend getaway maybe once a year here, honestly. And that's like a big thing for most people. So I'm just not going to live that life anymore. It's just not my thing. So I'm a little bit of a nomad anyway. I always said I had gypsy blood in me. So I don't really get attached to places. Like I said, I go to the Philippines, it doesn't work out. Maybe I'll go try Thailand for 6 months. That doesn't work out. Who knows, I'll go somewhere else. I really don't care. I'm looking for quality of life and happiness and making the most out of my time that I have left. Life is short. Don't work yourself to death and, hope to have some fun at 65 years old when you retire. That's my plan, and hopefully that works. And like I said, you got any ideas, comments, put them below, because my mind isn't 100% made up on my exact location where I'm going to end up. But I'll let you guys know, and I'll keep you updated, and hopefully doing some videos from there, wherever I end up. All right, thanks. See you guys.